Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'll be covering 3-column classification for tibia plateau fracture. These include introduction, new things, 3-column classification. Now let's get started. As an introduction, the Schatzker and AO or OTA are the most widely used classification method and demonstrate moderate inter-observer reliability. Both classification has high level of inter-observer variation in fracture classification and the treatment plan that follows. The major limitation of this classification system is that they rely only on anterior-posterior radiograph for classification. This has most significant implications for the classification and treatment of fractures of the posterior tibial plateaus. Failure to detect these posterior fragments leads to knee instability and unacceptable functional outcomes. Ligamentous injuries are also frequently seen in tibial plateau fractures, yet this classification system do not account for those associations. The inclusion of CT into the evaluation of tibial plateau fracture is associated with higher agreement in classification and treatment plan. This figure shows the ligament around the knee region with tibial plateau fracture Schatzker type 1. You can see the attachment of the medial collateral ligament and lateral collateral ligament, anterior and posterior cruciate ligament, the medial and lateral meniscus. New things. Furey and Schatzker provided an update to the Schatzker classification in 2018 by utilizing the CT to provide a third dimension to the classification. They introduced the concept of virtual equator, a line drawn from the anterior aspect of the fibula collateral ligament across the plateau and exiting medially posteriorly to the superficial medial collateral ligament, then divide the plateau into anterior A and posterior P quadrants. This figure illustrates the updated Schatzker classification by Laurent Dominic. There is the virtual equator. The landmark is superficial medial collateral ligament and the fibula collateral ligament. The virtual equator divides to the anterior quadrant and posterior quadrant. A lateral split depression fracture of the tibial plateau that bisects both the anterior aspects of the tibial rim is a type 2A in this classification. And a comminuted fracture that bisects both the anterior and posterior aspects of the tibial plateau would be a type 2A plus P. Three-column method. Developed with the use of CT as the imaging method of choice. It divides the tibial plateau into lateral, medial, and posterior columns. A unicondylar fracture is classified according to the column it occurs in. A fracture that involves both the anterolateral and posterolateral wall is classified as the two-column fracture. This picture illustrates the three-column classification. can be divided into lateral column, medial column, and posterior column. A pure articular depression fracture is defined as a zero-column fracture. The three-column system classification improved the initial radiograph-based systems of classification by more effectively accounting for posterior fracture with a high level of intra-observer and intra-observer agreement. Cross et al. Classify the tibial plateau into 10 segments, but there is no evidence that it maintains the same level of inter-observer reliability as the three-column classification or improved treatment plans and outcomes. Yay, we have reached to the end of this video. See you in the next one. Take care and bye.